Welcome to the podcast. It's been named one of the best in marketing research. Research Business Daily Report, the industry's only daily research video blog, is made possible by the exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR. I'm Bob Lederer, for more than 25 years, the respected voice in market research. Today we continue our brand new series. It's entitled Market Research in the Covid-19 Era. And today's episode is number 2 in the series. Each of the commentaries that you will see, including those today, are delivered by a researcher from all stripes and areas of concentration and expertise in our business. Today it's Chris St Hillaire, president of MFour, who fills us in on the 3 questions that MFour recently asked of researchers right after the COVID-19 crisis first broke out. Chris?
We wanted to talk a little bit today about some of the biggest questions that research is facing. And with COVID, we've had a change in the economy from brick and mortar activity in stores to digital purchases being the primary way that consumers buy goods virtually overnight. And so we talked with hundreds of our clients with our sales team and compiled all those questions, and then wanted to get some research to answer them and provide some insights or guidance for the market research world as they weather one of the most difficult storms that they've seen, and it's certainly in my lifetime. The first question that we asked was, how do we get digital insights from consumers right now? And so we wanted to understand buying behavior, and because we're 100% mobile and because we have the largest panel in the US, we were able to look at the apps on their phones as well as their digital behavior for our panel that had opted in. And so the industry right now wants that digital behavior data, but the 2 largest companies, JumpShot and Hitwise, went away even before the coronavirus epidemic kept people at home. So we went and surveyed our audiences, and what we found was that about 70% of their purchases are being made via apps or online right now. And that ability to understand that behavior, both from an observed perspective and then adding the flavor of their opinions, what we're so good at in market research as an industry, is the why. The second question that we explored was, how do we protect sales when consumers are at home? And we had initially had the headline, how do you win sales? But in this environment, it's more about playing the prevent defense than it is going out and getting new consumers. So we've seen shifts where apparel purchases are down dramatically by almost half, but consumer goods like tuna and staples of home like toilet paper are being bought online in record numbers. And so our ability to find out why and understand what's driving those decisions, some are obvious, like stay-at-home orders in California. Some are less obvious, and then the drivers behind those answers we think are fundamental to marketing strategies as we move forward. Our third question was, how can we monitor consumer behavior when it's changing so rapidly? And really the answers are tracking that behavior through ongoing research, where the industry has a lot of experience with these monthly trackers, but to a large extent, I think research has become more interested in consistency of data than clarity and insight and action from data. And so we keep most of the tracker similar, but we add questions based on what's most topical in the news on a weekly or monthly basis, and then integrate that into the data set so we can make more specific recommendations and keep the decisions fresh, so that when researchers are reporting to the CMO or the CEO, they're getting answers quickly, because the response mechanism of the cell phone it lends itself to faster data and more, we believe, actionable insights. In the end, you've got to combine observed data with opinions, and when you do that, you can really get clarity right now, the industry, you've got a lot of pure data departments analyzing receipts and tracking foot traffic, but they're not always communicating with the insights team that is asking questions why. We think in the best scenario is to understand what they're doing and then ask why they're doing it in as close to the moment of purchase or decision as possible. Corporations in many cases are in entrenchment mode. And so unless it's a new idea, unless it's doing something a little bit differently that will provide that what, so what, and now what view, we're not seeing them adopt. But we are seeing the interest in the digital behavior skyrocket for obvious reasons.
Our thanks to Chris St Hillaire. And we want to tell you again that in these very challenging times, it is RBDR's intention to transform our reports into an even more valuable resources. We hope that it will help fellow researchers even more so than our regular reports do. Now, we want and need your unique perspective about research in this new era, and you can do so by filling us in and concerning your point of view. And after we share some important information, we will schedule you for an appearance here. Now, any researcher, whether it's a client or someone who's active with an agency, supplier, or association, we are anxious to hear from. And you can get the ball rolling by emailing me at rflbob@gmail.com. That's your Research Business Daily Report. It's been made possible by the exclusive community at the crowdfunding platform patreon.com/RBDR, with thousands of research executives who have become RBDR viewers. Logic tells us that the average 5-minute video that an RBDR takes out of your daily work is being perceived as important and, in fact, time well spent. And those executives demonstrate their valuation of RBDR in a rather interesting way by forwarding select reports both internally as well as externally to clients and prospective clients. And if you think about it, sharing a video is one of the most unique reach outs that you can make to either group, because video is hot and really good information is something that everybody wants to get their hands on. Try it yourself. From experience, we know that whomever you send it to is going to end up thanking you in a rather profuse way. So with that in mind, we also ask you to visit patreon.com/RBDR to help us continue this series and to even improve it. Have a great research day, and we will see you back here with us tomorrow.